Hello and welcome to Quantum Virgo channel. This will be my first official full-length video. I had posted a couple already, and every once in a while I go through my cards and put them back in order to reset them. But I discovered that the Sun Moon Tarot that I was using was missing a card, so I didn't feel right leaving them up and took it as a sign to reboot myself and kind of start over. There's one video that I had posted, my very first video, from TikTok, and it's so short. I have left that up so far because it was only using the Fairies Oracle. We'll get into that in a little bit. For this, we'll be using the New Palladini Tarot. This will be a general, timeless reading. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does, that's wonderful, and if it doesn't, then check out some of the amazing other readers here on YouTube. Always use your own sound judgment in your life. I know most people watching this, I don't have to say that to, but let's see what we've got. We've got the Death card, Three of Swords, King of Rods, Four of Pentacles, Judgment, Eight of Rods, Hanged Man, Ace of Rods, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Rods, Five of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Emperor, and I'll get into why there's a pile of cards there in a minute. On the bottom, we have the Hermit. So, we're starting off with Death, and this crossing card could either be a challenge or a support. The Three of Swords, I would say, is a challenge, but it's being worked through. So definitely an ending has been experienced here with the Death card, but it feels like you've been transforming it pretty well. That doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. In the present situation, we have the King of Rods. It's the energy surrounding things in the present moment. In the past, we have the Four of Pentacles, and in the future, we have the Last Judgment. This is what's in the darkness. It's the Eight of Rods, so it may be something you see. It may be something that's going to come up for you, and it's just in your subconscious right now, and in your current awareness. What's in the light is the Hanged Man. So definitely after this heartbreak that has occurred, you're presently stepping into your own energy. You've done a lot of healing already. No longer holding on like you were in the past. I want to say having a grip not just on someone or multiple people that you've been involved with in your life, but also a financial element because of the Pentacles. Last Judgment, going through a gateway of some sort. I'm definitely going to clarify this as it's in the future position. We have, I'm going to say, messages coming up from your subconscious. So probably some stuff that you've already seen and some stuff that's still coming through to be processed. Keeping you in just a receptive yet still state. Does not feel stagnant. So the Ace of Rods is the outcome, which is a very passionate new beginning, which is amazing. And I'm not gonna say this is necessarily a love story yet. While we do have the Three of Swords here with the Death card, we can be heartbroken over a family, which is also another form of love, but I'm referring to a romantic love. But we can also, love and be passionate about a career, even a project, people that we may have been involved with in the past. This would be something very physically tangible, not necessarily just money, this Four of Pentacles. So even if you're an artist and you've been working on something with people, that the people around that project or even circumstances around that project could have broken your heart. we will do some more clarification and see if any patterns emerge. But definitely a new beginning coming for you. So, this pile right here is the secret. When I took a tarot class, I was shown this spread and I modified it for my own way of reading. I was taught that you pull until... No, I was taught that if you don't pull a major, sorry, it's been a while since I've explained this. If you don't pull a major in that spot, then that spot is cleared. But I utilize this spot to get more information. So we have the Five of Pentacles being left out in the cold, which would probably tie into that broken heart in the center. Ten of Pentacles is doubling up sense of healing from that sense of home. Queen of Rods, again, owning your energy. I'm not getting even though we have the King of Rods and the Queen of Rods, I'm not getting a counterpart energy right now, but again, I'm going to clarify. Five of Swords, previously being stuck in ego. You may be a fire sign or have fire in your chart. That might be why I'm still specifically seeing the Queen of Rods as also part of you. Also, I don't read gender specific. If I do refer to anyone as him or her, it's just for the sake of distinction. Identify with whatever energy resonates with you in the reading. Queen of Swords. This feels like it might be someone external coming in now. Not necessarily a cold Queen of Swords. Definitely a very logical person. This actually feels like the feminine element of this Emperor. So like very strongly masculine person with a very strong logical feminine side. Not necessarily very soft person, but if this is related to some kind of profession or project, then you might actually want that kind of energy. Let's start off. We're going to use the Kim Kranz Animal Spirit Oracle deck. And we're going to clarify this Queen of Swords and Emperor energy. Because that's the first point in which it feels like there's an actual person external to you or energy external to you coming in. So we'll find out a little bit more about who that is. Who's this Emperor with the Queen of Swords side? And how does it tie into our person's past? Got the Lamb. The Eagle. Or sorry, the Hawk. My hand was... I apologize, the Hawk. So there is an element of gentleness with that Queen of Swords. If you think about the order that they came out in, Hawk would be definitely more resonant with an Emperor. I want to say that it's someone that keeps that gentler, soft side to themselves pretty hidden. And probably with good reason if they're an Emperor. They might even be a strong leader in community or even in the public. Going to go to the Fairies Oracle now to clarify a bunch of things. We're going to start with the Last Judgment. It's the Judgment card. It's just the Last Judgment in the Palladini Tarot. Last Judgment in the future position. And it may very well be the Last Judgment in this part of your story. Undressing of a salad, achieving the impossible. So you're going through a major gate. And you're going through fast with Lothos the Wild there. Very fiery, fast card. What is... Oh. Self-mastery. So that Judgment card is about self-mastery. This is the Master Maker that came out. And that's very interesting with the, so you're presently in the King of Rods, and if you look at the staff here, it's almost a sense of surrendering. So all right, we had the Five of Swords over here indicating a little bit of ego that needed to be gotten through. With this King of Rods, there don't mean to offend anyone, but there may be a little bit of cockiness going on because you've been through so much and healed through so much and gotten through all on your own. Just a little bit though, because this is still a king, but and a king kind of has to have a little bit of ego element in there. The ego isn't always a bad thing. It can be a part of ourselves that we utilize in order to stay in our power. But this Master Maker here is going to get all of that in check so that you don't have this Five of Swords anymore. You've already, in a sense, you've already achieved some impossible things in your lifetime. Things that you knew were possible, didn't necessarily believe were possible. And you're going to explode into something new. Definitely a very expansive time coming up for you. Let's clarify this Eight of Rods. Things coming up from your subconscious. Messages you've already received. Messages that you have not yet received. I'm going to focus more on the messages not yet received, but if there's anything you need external confirmation on, it may come up here as well. We've got Mikolamakol. It's a very playful energy. It feels a bit chaotic in your case. Himself card actually flipped over on its own, becoming a bigger and better version of yourself again. That just confirms this portal, this gateway you're passing through in your life. Maybe remembering to stay playful is a strong part of that. It really, actually, this has been a pretty serious reading up until this point, up until Mikolamakol came out. So yeah, definitely bring in some more playful energy. Any other messages to go along with the Eight of Rods? Luminous Doom. Singer of Courage. Collective of Pixies. Yeah, don't be afraid to let loose and enjoy the people coming into your life. I know it's scary to welcome new people in after you've been through a Three of Swords and a death. But there's a lot of good energy coming for you. Let's get more. Let's go over to this Ace of Rods in your outcome position. Let's see what this passionate new beginning has in store for you. Half the footer. Trying to remember to actually show you the cards. Still getting used to reading on screen. Half the footer, in this case, feels very grounding. It can talk about funky fungus kind of things. Half the footer and the funky fungus. Oh, I gotta be careful with my words there. Trying not to offend anyone. What can we get on this passionate new beginning besides Faf the Footer? Because Faf the Footer is pretty much the opposite of the Ace of Rods. He's holding his feet and he's in this dark, earthy forest area where you would expect fungus to grow. Although, fungus in shamanic traditions and some other recreational cases. I'm not encouraging any of this, but fungus can be a hallucinogen. There are a couple different types. So it could be a sense of ego death and letting go that is still coming through with Faf the Footer. We also have Epona's Wild Daughter. That's a focus on the past. It's definitely tied into the moon. It's kind of like the dark side of the moon, because there's another card in this deck called Lace the Moon's Daughter, and that'd be more forward facing, a little bit. I don't want to say more positive, because Epona's Wild Daughter isn't negative. Just in this case, it feels like that energy, like that Gluminous Doom kind of energy that would hold you back. So I think before Spirit actually lets us get more on the passionate new beginning, there's this sense that we need to address all of the things that have been holding you back. All of the energies that have been kind of weighing you down. I mean, look at this guy. He's so sad. It's a very heavy card. And with all the bubbles, there's a lot of emotion. But again, you can see that Three of Swords peeking out there. Probably rightfully so. There's a lot to process. Alright, we're going to switch it up for a minute and go back to the animal spirit to get more on this Ace of Rods. We've addressed that energy thoroughly, and let's see if we can get any other individuals or energies that are coming into your life, into your space. The bear, very nurturing, earthy energy. What else? Oh, the dragon. Okay. That's gonna be coupled with that emperor energy, definitely. Bear is very grounding, very nurturing, earth energy. I want to say I feel a feminine element coming in with this bear in this particular reading. And then the dragon is essentially an all-seeing eye, very fierce. Not getting the sense that there would be any fire direct. It's more of that passionate fire, not a hostile fire. But the dragon is capable of that. So maybe just a need to be aware of that when you are dealing with these new powerful energies coming into your world. Nightingale. I'm getting a sense that you're calling someone out on something, and it may be related to that broken heart, or maybe you already have. And be careful of that going forward in the future. Also getting an announcement of some kind. Making an announcement to people about this new path. Maybe be careful who you speak to about this new path, at least at first. One of those cases, don't tell anyone your plans or their energy, or even just the slightest words could throw you off kilter a little bit. And after all you've recovered from, after how far you've come, don't let anyone throw you off. Gonna be a busy bee. You're definitely gonna be a busy bee. So still not. This is all about you. And even with the readings that I deleted, they were also very inner work focused. So this has a little bit more of a future forward element to it, with the new beginning, with the Ace of Rods and all of that, and the Emperor coming in. But definitely message is coming in to assist in the clearing out of the old before all this newness comes in, because it's still, an emperor usually has some kind of kingdom, some kind of empire. And that dragon energy, dragons can be solitary, but there's so much energy behind it. There's a lot coming in for you, but it's hard to actually get a clear view of it with the remaining energies from the past, from the things you've been through. And at least the alchemist, alchemy, transformation. You're transforming this, and spirit is helping. I'm getting a real sense of spirit coming in now to help. So maybe as your awareness to these things is opening, you're opening to spirit coming in to assist. Not that you wouldn't have wanted that before if you did. Just, having the capacity, because you kind of need to empty yourself sometimes in order to let all not just the newness in, but just spirit, the divine, the universe, energy, just new energy, the energy of all that is, the quantum field, all that is. You have the indie card. Something's been weighing heavily in your focus while you've been balancing a bunch of other things that seem smaller in the background, but it's time to let go. It's time to let something go. What do they need to let go of? What do they need to let go of? The darkness, least of the shadows. So, the darkness and the shadows definitely have their place. The darkness can even be a place of comfort if you think about laying in bed at night and you're really comfortable and warm and under your blankets, and it can feel like a place you don't want to leave. Sometimes the old hurts of the past can feel like a cozy blanket in a way, not because of the hurt. Well, subconsciously, it could be because of the hurt, because it feels so familiar. But also just the energies of the past, remembering the people or the places or the things that we've loved and how they made us feel. It's time to let go, and it's time to break free and bring in more light, let in more light. And then Sylvanius. So this is the highest of high truths. I'm going to say, so the mask in this card can be seen as either being lowered onto the person below or raised. In this case, it feels like the mask is being lowered, not removed. And it can also, go the same for the character at the top as well. It feels like the mask is being placed upon you after you've cleared all this out, after further awakening, not as an act of deception, but as an act of protection. You may still be very raw for a while, especially after you let go of that shadow element, that comforting element. But definitely trust this process. Trust that you're on your highest path through all of this. Don't deceive yourself. And maybe don't wear the mask too rigidly, in a sense that you're not revealing any of yourself to anyone. Because Sylvanius is a card of truth. Here's the sword of truth. The truth always comes out. The truth shall set you free with this crown opening here. But sometimes it's safer to keep some things hidden as well. We've got Penelope Dreamweaver. I love this card. So, after all of this, after clearing out the shadows and healing yourself from this major heartbreak that you've been through, there's a sense of weaving new dreams. That doesn't mean you're letting go of the old dreams. It doesn't mean that they didn't have a purpose and that they can't still come true and come through. But once you change your energy and your perspective, and you open up your awareness and you open up to new energies, your dreams change too. I'm going to say let them. I hope this is helpful and that all of your releasing goes smoothly for you. Take care.